Welcome to Cricket Sasa Tutorials. This tutorial is about the information or stats related to any team. The best way to check the stats of any team is click on a main menu, then choose Standing Options or the Standing menu. It will take you to the standing page. Standing page has the information related to all the teams and the players' ranking or standings. By default, it will show the information of all the teams which are registered in the top tier of the league. Like in our example, Manitoba Cricket Association, we have the Premier Division as in our top division. So in Premier Division, in the current year, what are the ranking and information of all the, or I would say the basic information, all the teams which are registered in the Premier Division are listed here. So you can get the very basic information related to any team directly from this page. And of course, if you want to check the stats which are registered in a different division, simply you can choose or select any other division and then click on a Teams button. It will provide the information of all the teams that are registered in selected division. Please watch our tutorial regarding the standings if you want to see the further details related to the standing page. But in this tutorial, we will stick to only the information that are related to the team's stats. So let's take the example of our Premier Division. So in the Premier Division, you can see we have 8 teams, and you can get the basic information related to any team in the Premier Division directly from this page or the standing page. Let's take an example. Cosmos, they have played 4 games. They won all 4 games. They haven't lost any. There was no game which was rained out or draw. They have 16 points. They scored 466 runs in 77 overs. And all the opponents in all these 4 games, they scored 458 runs in 120 overs. And their net run rate is 2.2. So you can get the very basic information directly from this page. But if you want further details, let's say, now take an example of Winnipeg Blues. If we want to see the details of the number of the games they have played so far in our current or selected year. So in year 2021, Winnipeg Blues, let's take an example here for Winnipeg Blues now. They have played 4 games. And we want to get a detail. We want to get further details of all these 4 games. So what we will do, we will tap or click the number in M column. Like here in our case, this number is 4, the first one under the M. So we will just tap on it. It will give us further breakdown for all the 4 games. So the first game, they have played against the Sherry Maple on 25th of August 2021. Their match ID was 79. They played in a center pitch, and whatever the result is here. So all those 4 games you can see directly. The Winnipeg Blues, they have played in 2021, and you can tap or click further on each of these the game, and it will take you to the scorecard of that particular game. Please watch our tutorial on scorecards if you want to see what information is available on any scorecard. So please watch our tutorial regarding the scorecard. go back to the main screen. So by clicking onto the any number under the M column, you would be able to see the information or details for all the games so far that particular team has played. Now, the second thing is the icon of the team. So this icon is also tap or clickable. This will give us the information of all the players so far Winnipeg Blues or any selected team has used so far in 2021. And also it will show us the performance or the contribution of all those players so far they have played for Winnipeg Blues in 2021. So once I click it there, and you can scroll it down all the way to the bottom, so that will show us like for all the players so far they have played in 2021 for Winnipeg Blues. Now let's just take an example of maybe a Devon Patel. Out of those, the 4 games that Winnipeg Blues has played in 2021 so far, Devon did play all those 4 matches. He played all, or he did bat in all 4 innings, out of which one time he was not out. He scored 87 runs in all those 4 games. His highest is 43, and he scored with the average of 29, and his strike rate was 152. So that is the column. On the left hand side is the batting, and right hand side is the bowling information. So let's continue with the Devon. He also bowled 5.2 overs. There is a no maiden, and he conceded 45 runs and got 4 wickets with the average of 1. So this is the page where you will get the information of all the players so far the Winnipeg Blues has or any team has used and what their performances are. Let's go back to the same standing page. So by clicking on M, you were able to see the information of all the games or the matches Winnipeg Blues has played. And by tapping or clicking onto the icon of a team, you would be able to see all the players so far Winnipeg Blues has used and what their performances are. If you want to see further detail or you want to analyze the data of any given team, you can tap or click onto that particular team. Let's continue with the example of Winnipeg Blues. So just tap or click on a Winnipeg Blues. It will take you to the, I call this as like a team insight, or you can say the team stats, page. So here we can see our selected team is the Winnipeg Blues because we tap from there. And by default, the range is selected for all the data that is available in the application or app. So in Winnipeg Blues, looks like our system has the information from 2018 to 2021. But of course, you can select the range. Let's just change or do the selection of a range of a current year only. We want to see all the information related to the Winnipeg Blues from 21 to 21. So apply a filter. As soon as you will apply the filter, it will adjust or it will show the stats for whatever the range you have selected and whatever the team has been selected. Like in our case, Winnipeg Blue is the team which is selected and the year or the range we have selected for 2021. So in 2021, Winnipeg Blues has played total 4 games. They won all of the 4 games. There is a no draw or they haven't lost any game. Now, there is a breakup of the 4 games in terms of how many times they have batted first and how many times they have batted second. So in this example, Winnipeg Blues, they did bat first in 2 games and they won the both of their games. They haven't lost any game while they were batting first. And they have batted second 2 times, and also they won all those the 2 games. They haven't lost any while they were batting second. So now for all these the 4 games or 4 matches, they scored 644 runs in 78 overs, and their run rate is 8.26. And their opponents in all those the 4 games, they scored 506 runs in 109 overs, and their opponent run rate is 4.64. So now, if you want to see a further details of all these the 4 games, if they want to check for all the opponents they have played, what their stats are in each of those the games or against any specific opponent. Just keep in mind, if you have selected a broad range, means 4 years or 3 years. If you have selected the data, let's just take for example, if we want to see what the Winnipeg Blues have done between 2018 and 2021, so the same thing you will see, they have more matches, and the same information you can get, which I have explained earlier, like how many times they won and how many times they lost while they were batting first, batting second, and what the run rate was. But just keep in mind, one thing that I do definitely would like to mention here, if that particular team was not in a Premier Division in those previous years, maybe that team could be in Division 2 in 2018, and in 2019 they promoted to the Division 1, and then maybe in 2020 they have been promoted into the Premier Division. So no matter whichever divisions they were, if they have played any game against any opponents, it will have the information here. So now, just like in our example, Winnipeg Blues, from 2018 to 2021, they have played total number of 7 games against the 5 Rivers, out of which they won 6 games. There is no game which was draw. They lost 1 game. And now there is a further breakup or further details against the 5 Rivers, how many times they won or lost while they were batting first, and the similar against the 5 Rivers, out of those the 7 games, how many times they batted second and they won and lost while they were batting second against the 5 Rivers. So basically, this table will give you the information related to the any opponent so far this particular team has played a game or a number of games. Now, the last option is you can check the stats of any particular team in any particular venues. So like in our example, Winnipeg Blues, they have played 12 matches in North Pitch between 2018 to 2021. And of course, all this information will change if you will change the range of start and year. Let's say in 2021, they played only the 2 matches onto the North Pitch, and they won both of their matches. There is no match draw in this particular venue. They haven't lost any game in this particular venue, like in our example, North Pitch. Winnipeg Blues, they haven't lost any game in North Pitch. And also, it will have the further breakups or further details. Out of these 2 matches, how many times they won while they were batting first, or how many times they lost while they were batting first. And the similar thing in North Pitch, for these 2 matches, how many times they won while they were batting second, or how many times they lost while they were batting second. So this is the one way to check the team stats through the standing page. But you can go to the analytics or to the team stat page directly by going to the main menu and click on, sorry, not on the standings. So the one way is you can go to the team stats or analytics page through the standing page by clicking the team name, or you can access the same information by going to the main menu and then choose analytics. Here you can select team analytics and then click enter. It will take you to the same page. But here the difference is, if you are clicking through the standing page, by default your team will be selected. If you are coming directly from the analytics page or from the analytic option, then you have to select your team and you have to select your range. Hopefully this information will be available for you. Thank you for watching the tutorial.